feel like dancing or something in the middle here. I'm not really good at it. You guys are awesome. God, I love you. I love you guys. You have no idea. You know, one thing that has never changed since I've been here, and I used to think that it didn't exist in corporate America, was actually caring for somebody else. You get into business, and a lot of times it's about making money. We've all been poor. We want to do better for our families. But very rarely does someone lift a group up and help them achieve financial success, but doing it while helping other people. And I don't know how many cases I've done for you guys. We've solved a lot. But if there was ever a time that something didn't work out, there was never a time where if I told somebody, hey, look, we probably shouldn't do this annuity, which meant no commission. There never was a time that somebody said, forget you, I'm going to go do something else. You guys always have the heart of gold. I mean, you guys are truly a special group, and I would tell you that, I would say never lose it, but I truly don't think you ever will. I think that's kind of pointless to say. For all of you guys that are brand new to the company, that are just looking at it for the first time, I can tell you that I really have thousands of clients, individual agents, other groups, whatever, what have you. Honest to goodness, this is the only invitation I accepted last year, and it will probably be the only invitation I accept this year. Don't get me wrong, I have to make an appearance here and there, but I really do love you guys. You guys do it right. And I'm always curious about the level of passion that people have for what they do, the level of commitment. And I was flying out here, and I know I mentioned this yesterday, but I'm going to mention it again. I was flying out here on Southwest Airlines, and some of the Florida guys were riding with me. You guys know what I'm going to say. We are 5 flipping miles in the air with an airplane full of dudes that don't know who you are. And they're doing the PHP chant. I guarantee you, they went out and spread the word. Some crazy group named PHP right on the plane today. 5 miles in the air. That was awesome. Patrick, if you'd have saw it, you'd have started crying, man. I was excited. And then we actually got the guy to come over the intercom and announce the group as well. You know, this does need to spread. Dude, if every city right now had this group together, assembled, would that be a bad thing or a good thing? Now they've given me some strict limitations on time, so I wanted to kind of get to making a point. If I told you today that you got to pick a baseball player, and I wanted you to draft this guy into your pro team, and he was the worst batter of all the picks. He also had the worst glove of all the players. And he was the slowest runner on the entire team. Who would want to start this guy? How about if I told you that guy was Roger Clemens, Hall of Famer? The point is that the one thing that you always have to worry about in our industry is that you can manipulate anything to sound good or bad, can't you? I started when you guys were there was 50 of us in a room, and I could see everybody in one room. Today there's thousands, and they're everywhere in the U.S. And never once have I been told, don't talk about this, don't tell them that. The education has always been key. The truth has always been key. You guys have always had free access to it, and never ever once have I been handcuffed to not talk about it. I've been very grateful from the upper management of this company. And it's shown in the way you guys get results with your clients. I can tell you I have single clients that I have more problems with than I do with 8,500 PHP agents. I'm not saying that. Now, there's no perfect in our industry. There's no perfect. There's not like somebody that's going to never writes business, that never gets in trouble, never has an issue, because it'll happen to everybody if you're in it long enough. But the beautiful part is you guys do it from the right perspective, and that just changes how, when anybody looks at it, how it's perceived. Because they know where you started from. It just gives you better choices. That's what it does. I think about, I got a few minutes here. I think about choices. I was telling somebody this earlier today. My wife is allergic to our dog. And that's bad enough. But my daughter started getting this rash, and I went like, God, man, I love the dog. It's a golden retriever, and like scares people away and cuddles up next to you. It's just an awesome dog. But now that Jill's, as you know, she can deal with it, but Abby can't. And so I had to get rid of it. And I had to break to my youngest son, who is, he's still in elementary school. And it just wasn't an easy conversation. So I went to him and we talked, and we were talking. I go, hey, Abby, she can't be close to that dog. She gets rashes. So we only got a couple options, and really, I think the best one is just to get rid of the dog. He starts to tear up a little bit, and it's tough on him because it's his favorite dog, and he loves that thing and sleeps with it and plays with it and runs around the neighborhood with it. And he looks at me and he goes, well, what's the other option? I go, we can get rid of the girls. He looked at me like I said a cuss word. Dad, you're such a bad dad. I'm like, dude, you just figured it out now? Come on. Goodness. But his mom and his sister came home. They'd been at volleyball all day. And they were fighting. Apparently something happened in the car on the way back from volleyball. And if you've got a wife and a daughter and they're arguing, you know as a man, just get out of the way. I ain't got nothing to do with this. Ash and I are like roaches when the light comes on, man. We're just out of there, And we can hear him arguing, yes, you did, no, I didn't. And I looked at Ash, I winked at him and said, the second option wasn't so bad after all, is it?